With Mission Impossible 7 celebrating the franchise's legacy, I'm reminded how far it's come from espionage origins. Before Tom retires Ethan Hunt, why not honor the original film by remaking this blockbuster into a paranoid spy thriller? And who better to guide a mature, psychological journey than writer-director David Fincher? Just like my first Dream remake, link below the like button, let's start by tackling the obvious. Every sequel must be bigger. MI2 begins with a plane crashing, and MI6 starts on a wedding.
I do.
For 27 years, each movie keeps raising the stakes to surprise audiences. A difficult bar to reach. Unless you're David Fincher. He consistently experiments with technology and storytelling to create something never seen before.
Does that sound familiar?
Tom Cruise approaches filmmaking with a similar commitment, enabling engineers to build new camera systems, stunt rigs, and virtual sets. Both men have helped innovate production before, and I bet they'd go even farther working together. I mean, Fincher almost directed MI3, but he and Tom had creative differences.
There have been previous incarnations of Mission Impossible movies that didn't happen. So David Fincher was going to do Mission Impossible 3.
Well, we didn't move forward because they just, like any movie, he's so talented. And it was just been very different. Because a lot of people, and I've worked with a lot of writers, different directors on it, that never really grasp what works about the franchise.
However, a lot's changed since 2005. Each Mission Impossible gets more mature now. And they push that PG-13 envelope on purpose. According to director Christopher McQuarrie, Tom wants to go darker with Ethan's actions.
So the bathroom, well, the problem was he fails to assume this guy's identity. He can't wear a mask. Now he's got to go in and pretend he's this guy, but with his own face. And he gets trapped in this identity. For the whole movie, he has to convince everybody that he's the villain. And in order to get what he wants, he has to keep doing that. And he has to go to darker and darker places. And it was just Ethan going deeper and deeper and deeper down this dark hole. And that's where I wanted the movie to go. And Tom was fully embracing of that. And I came up with a scene, which I'm not going to describe to you because it'll probably show up in another Mission Impossible movie, where Tom went to a very dark place in his pursuit of his mission. And I pitched it to Tom, kind of like, he's not going to like it. And Tom went, well, if you're going to do that, let's go this far. And he made it even darker. And I said, really? At 2, Ethan? And he said, yeah, if you're going to go there, go all the way. And I had a sudden understanding that there were even fewer boundaries to this character.
In my opinion, Fincher pulls off this sympathy for the devil better than anyone. His films explore flawed people in ways that make us care about them. Whether it's insecure billionaires or toxic partners, we understand their choices because David puts us right in their shoes.
I think people are perverts. I've maintained that. That's the foundation of my career.
That's why darkness and Fincher go together like honey and bears. Considering his next movie is a globe-trotting spy thriller, I'm convinced he could perfectly place Ethan on the edge of redeemable actions.
That's not who we are.
Maybe we need to reconsider that.
Speaking of perfection...
Cut. It's amazing to me that Fox is the #1 studio in the country because they're all such a bunch of morons.
I would look at it and say, what the fuck?
It's no secret both these men are perfectionists.
Train and drill every little aspect over and over and over and over again.
They love the craft of cinema.
Do you see any of your code on Facebook? Do you see any of your code on Facebook? Do you see any of your code on Facebook? Do you see any of your code on Facebook?
This obsession with getting it right is pure logic.
My philosophy is you spend $250,000 on a set. You're gonna put it on a soundstage, it costs you $5,000 a day. You're gonna put $8,000 worth of lights you're gonna bring a $150,000 crew in. You're gonna bring actors in from all over the world. You're gonna put them up in hotels. They're gonna come there, and the idea is to get them out as soon as possible.
Since Tom produces every mission, he'd have equal input on finessing the story beside David. Their genres overlap quite a bit. Detectives and spies. True crime and action thriller. corporate espionage and everyday espionage. How cool would it be if the same effort behind stunts was put into every word of dialogue? Previous movies showed Tom's acting range, and David Fincher has directed 7 Oscar-nominated performances. Imagine where they could take Ethan Hunt if they collaborated. Not just figuratively, literally. Fincher is no stranger to global stories, nor is he a novice when it comes to stunts, particularly in camera. He could even solve the biggest elephant in the room for this franchise, blending VFX with live action.
A phenomenal stunt, just unbelievable achievement, but they completely ruined it by putting in CG clouds and CG lightning bolts. I felt like that they could have achieved the same story point without putting any CG in it at all.
Yeah, because it does look like a green screen kind of thing. You can tell, you know?
And only because of the lightning.
Video essayist Captain Christian explained Fincher's use of effects brilliantly. They're tools to enhance the story, not distract from it. The danger with 90% live action footage and 10% VFX is how obvious the difference becomes. Mission Impossible has improved how it uses CGI, but it also matters when.
What the hell is that?
The sandstorm in Ghost Protocol is not the main problem Ethan faces while climbing the Burj Khalifa. However, it does set up a later problem via environmental storytelling. Contrast that to the Halo jump from Fallout. A computer-generated storm hides the incredible stunt work by adding imaginary stakes without setting up something later. I want to be clear, I'm a massive fan of these movies. I just felt robbed of an otherwise great scene based on the VFX handling. I think Fincher's experience with real stunts as well as visual effects storytelling would bolster Mission Impossible to new heights. So that's my dream remake. Tell me yours in the comments below, and thanks for watching.